Hello everyone, welcome to Nafeez Learner's Zone. So here is a video, the continuation of the periodic classification of elements chapter. So hope you have seen this modern periodic table in the previous video. Yeah, and many times you have seen this periodic table. So this periodic table, let's study in detail. So you know that already. The periodic table consists of totally 7 horizontal rows. They are called as periods, and there are 18 vertical columns. They are called as groups. So what are these actually? So each period represent a shell. What is a shell? You have studied in your ninth standard. A shell, there are many shells. So shells are the imaginary circular orbits, we can say, where the electrons are placed. It's imaginary, there is nothing like that. So they are the shells, and shells has different capacity. There are different shells, you know that, which is represented by the letters K, L, M, N. So those shells has the different capacity. The capacity we can find out by a formula which I learned that also in 9th standard, that is 2n square, where n is the number of shell. So if it is first shell, substitute n is equal to 1, then it will be 2 into 1 square. 1 square is 1, into 2 is 2. So 2. So the first shell capacity is 2. That is why the first period has only 2 elements, that is hydrogen and helium, right? So, and when it comes to groups, the 18 groups which are there, the elements in the particular group will have similar properties, and because it has same number of outermost electron, that's even the same valency, due to some of the properties, the properties of elements, physical and chemical properties, are similar in a group. That we are going to study in detail about different properties. How does it vary? In detail we are going to look in this video. Okay, so let's take up one element and let's see how do we learn this periodic table. So suppose if this one element which is given in the periodic table, there are many numbers given here, you can check out in this. So in the middle there is the symbol. So symbol, that's very important. You should remember the symbols of the elements. That's what you're going to use in writing chemical equations. And in all the formulas, everything you need symbol. So symbols should be remembered. Generally the symbols are the first letter or first and the second letter of the name of the element. Generally, not all. Some of the element doesn't have the symbol of which is there in their name, the letter which is there in their name. Suppose for example sodium. Sodium has a symbol of Na. Na is nowhere there in the name sodium, but Na is the symbol. Why? Hope you have learned that in 9th standard. Sodium, the name, the Latin name of the sodium is natrium. Okay, from that natrium this Na has been taken. Same way potassium's Latin name is kalium. So K is taken from that. So it's not, that's because there are other elements too which starts with the same letter. So K, potassium starts with P, but P has been given for phosphorus. So again giving P will be difficult. So what happens, that's the one reason. And one more reason is about the where the element has been discovered, the name, the real name, what we can say. There are some of you might be having one name which is given by your family, and further some name which has been like pet name or something which is called for you. So in such way, so there is a general name which is given for that element, and there is an original name which is given in its original language. So in different way it has been given symbols. Very few elements has been given in such names, that you should remember. Especially in this 20 you will come across something and sodium and potassium itself. And apart from that, if you get some element, that is something like iron, silver and gold. Hope you know that iron is Fe, that's because of ferrum. Then we have silver, that is Ag, and gold, that is Ag. Many times this silver and gold confuses, but you can remember that it's very simple. to remember. Just remember that Indian husbands are silvers and American husbands are gold. Remember this, you'll get it. I hope you got it. Some of you know this. So it's because in India, for husbands, their wives call them AG. So AG is a symbol of silver. So remember that Indian husbands are silver, then you'll get that's what their wives call them, and you'll get the symbol is AG. And how do American wives call their husband? AU. So AU is the gold, right? So that's the symbol of silver and gold. Hope you remember this. Okay. I had told you to make some tricks to remember this in a series, in the sense in a proper order. I told you to learn the elements right from atomic number 1 up to at least 20. Okay, that's what you are going to get in your examination in 10th standard. You need to remember in order, means up to 20 is enough. In between few element, symbol and atomic number you should remember, but in order if you remember up to 20, that's enough. Okay, that too in the particular period which elements are there, that you should remember. You can learn it as simple as it by looking at the periodic table, or some students required some tricks to remember the mnemonics which are used. You might have gone through the Google, or maybe I told you to make your own mnemonics. You might have done it. Have you done it? Check yourself. So there are many available in Google. Some I made for you, some I told you to try yourself, and same way I too tried yesterday. So I did the 2 periods which is required, important for you, those to remember. That is the second period. First period is nothing, it is there are only 2 elements, that is hydrogen and helium, which you can remember very easily. There are only 2. Then the second period is what is very important, and the third period. What is the second period? Second period has lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. So the noble gases is different. Noble gases you can remember in a group. While studying in a period, if you remember only from group 1 to group 17, that's up to halogen, that's enough. That's how the trends you are going to study. In this studying trends, you won't get noble gas. Noble gas you can remember in the order of this helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. So those things you can remember. So here what I said, group 1 to group 17, that's only 7 elements, because from group 3 to group 12 we don't have any elements here. Starts with group 13 in the period 2nd and period 3rd. Period 4 it comes again. Okay, so to remember the second period, the simple mnemonics which I made is, so you can check out here, that is Lisa is best boxing coach, not only a football. Simple thing. Okay, Li. So I had given it Lisa. Lisa. The first 2 letters Li. That's Lisa. Is you can just take it. It's not for something like the next symbol. Just to make a sentence. Best. B from the best stands for beryllium. Then boxing. B from the boxing stands for boron. Okay. Boxing coach. Then C for carbon, that is coach. Lisa is best boxing coach, not only football. N nitrogen, O oxygen, F fluorine. So a simple thing you can remember, and there are many other available in the Google. I will post it here. You can check out that also. Whichever you feel easy, you can learn. Not compulsory that you should learn this or that. Or if you don't want to go with this, that's fine. Not at all a problem. You can make your own. Or you can just learn. I never use these things, but for you students I just made it. Okay, then the third period which consists of sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine. So this I made it as Nafeez manages all silent and passionate students cleverly. Okay, it's about me, so don't mind. So just to remember, I made it, taken my name. So Nafeez, Na stands for sodium, manages, so Mg together, Mg, you can see it, I have highlighted here. manages mg you have to take from that. That's magnesium is the second. All, Al, aluminium. Then silent, Si, silicon. Okay, then passionate for phosphorus, students for sulfur, and clever for chlorine. That is P, S, and Cl to be taken from that as a symbol. So this you can remember. As I told you, without that also you can just study this. So these are the simple tricks for you in case if you require to remember this periodic two periods of the periodic table. Then in the fourth period you need to remember just potassium and calcium. That's only two you can remember. That is enough. Those things are enough. If you remember this, then we will go for the trends in the modern periodic table. The trends you have to remember in modern periodic table is valency, then atomic size, metallic character, non-metallic character. These four itself you will get it for example. Character can also be termed as electropositivity, and non-metallic character can be termed as electronegativity. So overall that's four: valency, atomic size, metallic character or electropositivity, non-metallic character, electronegativity. That we'll see in detail in the next video. How does it varies and what's the reason for that, which is very important questions. Okay, fine. Thank you so much for watching this. The next video you will get it today itself or within tomorrow morning. So come back to watch the final video of this chapter. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.